Hey folks, welcome to another edition of Fitness Friday Posi-TIPS with Rachelle. Folks, it is always great to be here with you on another Fitness Friday, the best day of the week. Gotta love it. Now folks, I want to kick off this episode now in the spirit of transparency. This intro certainly has taken a very different turn than I had anticipated. So, from time to time, you watch me long enough. You know I like to kick things off with something inspirational. And I want to share with you, I actually passed this in an aisle on Tuesday of this week. Yes, in Dollar Tree. In the Novi Dollar Tree. And when I saw this, it got my attention and made me smile because it brought me back, ironically, to when I first moved to Detroit and I was in medical sales and pharmaceutical sales at the time before moving over to biotech sales. And I so remember being a brand new sales rep here in Detroit. I remember asking a couple months after I had started, was in the field, had a sales director, and he was asking essentially, so you know what, Kevin J. McKinnon, wonderful sales director. All my sales directors were awesome. And so I said, Kevin, so tell me about your secret to success. What tips do you have? He was an Air Force veteran, and so we were kind of talking about that. And then he said, you know what, a couple of things. And so he always had a saying. The first saying was, next level thinking always achieves success. I so remember that. And another thing was, there are no bad days in sales. And so my intro was going to be, telling you this little inspirational story about how I saw this and it brought me back to being a sales, no bad days in sales. And so what he meant by that, we're all human. Our lives are imperfect. We're going to have good days. We're going to have bad days. But what he meant by that was when you're in front of a customer, you have to maintain a certain level of decorum. You need to remain professional. Your customers are not, again, you think about the type of sales that I was in. So if I'm calling on physicians, if I'm calling on hospitals and medical personnel, nurses practitioners, physician assistants, they're not interested in you coming in, unloading, and talking about how bad your day is and how bad things are in your life or the problems that you're having. When you are in the midst of having sales conversations, it's imperative that you stay focused, that you recognize, what the goal is. You're there to have a sales conversation. You are there to be upbeat. You could be having the worst day of your life, but you need to go in with your head held high before you have that conversation. And approach the individual and approach the conversation, the sales conversation, the interaction in a certain way. Because if you go in and unload on the person and talk about, oh my gosh, this day is horrible and this is going wrong and that's going wrong and this is going wrong and that's going wrong, you are going to lose credibility in certain instances, but also lose sales opportunities. And so I just saw that and it just made me smile and it brought me back to just that conversation with Kevin McKinnon. I'm actually going to send him a message on LinkedIn letting him know that I mentioned him today and just how this all kind of came back full circle when I saw this. And so what I want to also tell you in the spirit of transparency is, and so when you see these and you see me with these inspirational items and things like this, recognize that I too get tested on them. Because this morning, as I'm about to film this episode, so my iPad is all of a sudden acting up and crashing and reloading web pages. A couple of sources, a couple of articles that I wanted to highlight today. So having problems with my iPad, and then I had to actually print the articles out, and then my laptop behind me was taking forever to load, and so I just laughed it off and I said, see, you know what? You got to be able to always speak from credibility, Rachelle. You want to get up there and highlight no bad days. You want to keep a smile on your face and a positive attitude and stay focused. You're getting a taste of that. Just a good reminder of that this morning before you get on this episode and highlight the fact that there are no bad days. And so that's actually, sure, Kevin McKinnon, my old sales director, highlighted this years ago, but that's actually part of my own philosophy. Just recognizing that when I'm in front of a group, when I'm in front of an audience, whether virtual or in person, or with a client, working with someone in any type of capacity. Again, I am there. I have a role. I have a responsibility. And certainly, again, I've known someone for a very long time. There may be, a sentence or two of, oh, things have been busy, or oh, this and that, and, whatever. Yes, there's room for authenticity. There's room for transparency. But you got to recognize, Debbie Downer, the beloved character on Saturday Night Live, from years ago. I mean, there was a reason why that character was so popular and actually remains so popular in terms of people using the phrase Debbie Downer or negative Ned or whatever the case may be. Why? Because that person, it tends to be negative. They've got problems. They're always unloading their problems on people. They treat people like garbage dumps. And so I always have a responsibility, even when I'm facing my own challenges, which I do all the time, just like everyone else, to keep a smile on my face, a positive attitude, a persevering attitude, to know that, hey, this too shall pass. This too shall pass. But I just had to share that with you folks. I get tested on this stuff just like you do. And this morning was certainly a great reminder of that in terms of some of the technical or challenges that I faced this morning. And so want to continue this conversation. Just going to have some, kind of discuss a little bit of marketing. And as you remember, marketing wasn't part of my plan for covering this year, but didn't cover it all last year. I'm actually going to talk more about fitness marketing and some of the things we're seeing next week, specifically regarding fitness, but want to share, I always like to share some non-fitness examples, because a lot of times, whether we're talking from a leadership perspective, or we're talking about business or operations or marketing, whatever the case may be, membership acquisition, membership growth, it is sometimes easier to see outside of the fitness industry, as opposed to just showing you fitness examples. I, of course, always like to have a balance, but sometimes when we're so close to things, we can have this myopic view. And so I like to share examples from outside the industry, because sometimes that light bulb can go off and you can say, well, wow, that makes a whole lot of sense. When I look at it from, this whole concept, or this idea, or this project, or this issue, or problem, this challenge outside of the industry. Sometimes a light bulb can go off and you can just say, wow, what insight. And so last time, you remember I talked about the quit-free guarantee, that USP, or unique selling proposition, that Orange Theory Fitness, I lost my train of thought there for a second. Orange Theory Fitness has launched. And so part of their marketing now, they have the guarantee. I'm going to come back and talk about that in a few weeks, come back to that, talk about that from an HR perspective. And so, but wanted to highlight another guarantee from another entity, of course, this entity being Wendy's. Wendy's. And so what Wendy's now has is a hot and crispy guarantee regarding their French fries. And so let's quickly talk about this. So they've built a promotion around this fry and this whole guarantee. So it says hot and crispy guaranteed. If your fries aren't both, let us know, and we'll make you some that are. And so the fine print here at the bottom says, that's it. Literally, we'll replace your fries. This isn't one of those complicated corporate guarantees with a lot of legal restrictions at participating U.S. Wendy's. And so you got obviously sales promotion here, but this was a direct mail piece that came. And so they've got a promotion around this highlighting this fry guarantee. So it says share free fries, but not your free fries. Scan the code to get an app exclusive offer for a free any size fry with any purchase. Then fry it forward by sharing the link with your friends so they can get the free fry with purchase app offer. Then they can share it, and on it goes till everyone gets a free fry. And so when they've got a little bit, some of the leases down here at the bottom, terms and conditions. And so they built a promotion around this fry guarantee. So as I alluded to last week, to borrow from the vernacular yet again, but this is certainly a far more perfect example of a guarantee being a unique selling proposition, and this entity being Wendy's literally putting its money where its mouth is. So these fries, if you go to Wendy's, again, I'm not promoting Wendy's or anything like that. These are always just examples that I highlight. And so if they're not hot and crispy, you can return them, get your money back, tell them whatever the case may be. I want another, you can fry me some more. But they've got a guarantee, putting their money where their mouth is. Guarantees. So when we look at guarantees, particularly from a marketing perspective, I mean, there's a lot of different things. I mean, you can certainly look at it from an HR perspective and really drill down and say at the heart of some of these guarantees, what is the issue? What is the pain point? What is being addressed here? And that is accountability. Accountability. And so what has a pain point been for, not only fast food restaurants, but certainly fast food burger type chains, those that serve fries, cold fries, lukewarm fries, problems with fries. And so that can be a very big challenge, in terms of having food that's hot and fresh. And so they have gone the extra step, a very big step from the industry standpoint, and really kind of launched this hot and crispy guarantee. And so when you think about its competitors, I'm always talking about competitive strategy, that's one of my areas. And so when you think about an entity that's within a crowded, highly competitive space, being fast food, fast casual, those type of sectors, those couple of sectors within the restaurant industry, a strength in having unique selling proposition to say, you know what, hey, people have complained years and years and years about French fries, cold fries, lukewarm fries, problem with fries. All right, what can we do from a competitive standpoint to say, we're going to address this problem? We're going to create some accountability around this issue of ensuring that our customers get fresh French fries. And Wendy's has answered that with this guarantee. Of course, building a big promotion around that, where you're going to be, sharing this free fry offer with friends. If they get their way, there will be this kind of viral effect of people sharing this free fry coupon and things like that. And so again, going back to the SWOT analysis, strengths and weaknesses. So it's weaknesses: cold food, not fresh, particularly French fries. And if you know my story, when I lived in Louisiana, like I worked at Burger King, before I started college, I worked at Burger King. So that fry issue, is a very big deal, very, very big deal. It has been for years and years, and will continue to be. And so that's why they've taken this highly competitive stance of creating a guarantee. Going back to last week, not going to bring out the direct mail piece again, but Orange Theory Fitness, OTF, having that quit free guarantee. Hey, highlighted that last week. You don't get the results you want, hey, quit. No questions, here we go. Just we'll take care of things. We cancel that, you'll be done. And so, but behind all of that, what is that? And we're going to come back to this when we talk about HR, human resources. What is a pain point there? Accountability. And so when you're asking someone, and as I alluded to last week, I got to do a deep dive, I got to do a deep refresher on Orange Theory Fitness, studied them in 2015, 2016. And so got to really revisit that franchise and really take some deep looks at their pricing. And their pricing used to be like $100 to $150 for to go 3 times a week, all the way up to unlimited visits. And so when you think about that particular price point, it is a member engagement. Yeah, member acquisition is very, very important, but member retention, you've got a guarantee. I mean, that is. You open yourself up to a lot from a marketing, from a redemption standpoint, because you're going to have people that just human nature, just life is imperfect, things are imperfect. Anytime there are guarantees, Wendy's going to have a whole lot of people having problems with their French fries, and so that's going to be the accountability standpoint. Where okay, you know what, you have this guarantee. You said that the fries would make me some more, and so in terms of customers and them honoring that guarantee. That's going to cost those Wendy's locations, whether it's the corporate stores or the franchisees, some money. It's going to cost them some money. And so with the guarantee, with OTF or any entity that has any type of guarantee, you're going to have people where it just, if I tried everything and, it didn't work, I didn't see the results that I wanted. And so there's going to be, again, from that cost, you can think about from a cost perspective and losing that, membership fee, obviously monthly. And so there's going to be some financial implications of the guarantees, and that's why you look at very few people do them overall, but they can be very a highly effective tool from a marketing perspective, because you're putting your money where your mouth is, and you're really standing behind. You're making a strong stand and saying, hey, you don't get the results you want. Something's not working out. The food isn't fresh. We're going to make things right, and it may cost us. And it will cost us, to be quite frank, from a marketing and certainly from a financial perspective. It will cost us, but we believe so firmly in this. This is what we're going to do. And so that accountability feature, so you've got that accountability aspect of things, saying, from a coach perspective inside the OTF franchise, saying, you got to be all in. You got a guarantee like that. You've got to be all in. And so from OTF having that guarantee, of course, very strength, highlighting the strength of that with that guarantee now, quit free guarantee, certainly a strength now to that franchise. Why? Because the pain point, a very big pain point overall in fitness, people not achieving results. People not achieving results, whether you're talking about in a facility or at home. A whole lot of people spin their wheels year after year after year, not achieving results. And so that's the power of that guarantee. We're going to move on from that and talk about we talk about the David versus Goliath concept of competitive strategy, at least I do. And so when you think about opportunities and threats and how the coronavirus, I've talked about this ad nauseum here since March of 2020, and how it's been impactful and put pressure on various entities, actually all entities and industries, and it's just been a very challenging time. And so, but what the pandemic did is forced Walmart. Walmart created I talked about this earlier this year. Walmart created the Walmart Plus program. Once again, this is not investment advice. This conversation I'm about to have, things are about to highlight. Not an investment advice. I'm not an investment advisor, not a financial planner. Once again, these are examples, but I'm going to be highlighting a couple of articles from some financial publications. And so, talking about Walmart Plus, which was launched plus or minus a year ago as a response to the coronavirus pandemic, and Amazon Prime. We know Amazon Prime's been around a long time, so not David versus Goliath in this situation. I mean, you got two Goliaths that have been battling it out over their membership programs. And so we're going to highlight, so when you think about it from Walmart's perspective, so Walmart saw an opportunity last year. Okay, Amazon Prime, we remember when the shutdown happened and the stay-at-home orders were in place, Amazon was having record-breaking sales and did extremely well during that particular time frame. But if you look at them now, you can see, if you look at various categories, they've got a lot of promotions, a lot of discounts, $3 off, $5 off, $10 off, a lot of promotions going on. What, to incentivize people to order things. Why? Because the economy and the country opening back up presented a threat to them. Why? Because people were no longer at home, and so it was a threat to their business because people are going back into bricks and mortar and other type of traditional stores, which presented a threat to them. So I've noticed they've got a very big sales promotion strategy going on. And so, but Walmart said, hey, this is an opportunity for us. They took advantage of an opportunity, created the Walmart Plus program, and always, just as a disclaimer, I am a member of the Amazon Prime since Black Friday of 2019, and I have had a Walmart Plus. I had a trial membership earlier this year, did not renew, and will let you know if and when I do become a Walmart Plus member. But quite frankly, I'm waiting for them to build it out a little bit more, because with Amazon Prime, I've got Amazon Music, I've got Amazon Prime Video, I've got I get free books. It's just a part of that. Amazon Reading, and so there's just so much that's there, because again, the program has been around a long time. It's more developed out. So from a personal perspective, I'm waiting for Walmart to make this a little bit more robust before I join. So I just always want to provide that disclaimer when I'm discussing these type of issues. So, but I placed an order Walmart.com last week. And so the reason why I've got this little baggie here is that, so some of the items were available in my local store. So I was kind of routed to do curbside pickup, no problem. First time ever doing a curbside pickup for Walmart. I've done the in-store pickup where I've gone inside the store or I've retrieved an item from a locker, but they were routing now in terms of, getting customers to curbside pickup, so no problem. So the very first time, yes, I'm a member of Sam's Club as well. Very first time I did a curbside pickup for Sam's earlier this year, I got a goodie bag. I'm not going to share that goodie bag in the interest of time, but last week is my very first time doing a curbside pickup for Walmart. Got a goodie bag. So what is this goodie bag highlighting? Walmart Plus. And so they've got, and this is going to make a little bit more sense here when I get to the articles that are highlighting it. And so they've got samples inside. They've got some goodies inside. And so one of the samples was actually, do you drink enough water? So they've got a hydration multiplier supplement inside. So that's the item from the health and wellness category. They also had Airwick. So they've got a free air wick inside. Again, not promoting these products, just highlighting what is inside. So sampling is always pretty expensive. It can be effective, but it's expensive. So when you think about Walmart aggressively promoting their own program, these are some of the items that are inside. These are some of the companies that are being highlighted inside. And so Walmart, this is actually a keychain highlighting the Walmart Plus program. So you think about this. People get this, put this keychain on their car keys. They're constantly reminded of the Walmart Plus program. Then you've got a bag here. You've got a sample bag. And in the interest of time, I'm not going to unfold it and go through all of that. But then you've got a couple of items here. Did you enjoy your picks? Tell us how we did with your free sample bag, okay? Haha. We've got this collateral piece on the Walmart Plus program. Become a member, Walmart Plus. Become a member and get free same-day delivery of fresh groceries and more. Start your 15-day free trial at walmartplus.com. Free trials are highly effective, regardless of product, regardless of service. Trials are very, very effective because you're giving the potential customer, an opportunity to get the product or service in their hands, so to speak, and try things out and determine if it works and how effective it is and get them used to it. Again, changing consumer behaviors will give you a couple of weeks to try it out. And what you see here is bring home nature-inspired fall favorites. So this is actually another collateral piece to accompany this air wick, this free air wick, this plug-in. And so it's got the scents that are, try them now. And it's got free fall scents here. And so again, building awareness of these fall scents, but then you've got a free one in the Walmart bag. So I did all of that to highlight an aggressive promotion and sampling program for Walmart Plus. So I'm about to highlight a couple of articles that are really going to drive this point home when we talk about things here. So CNBC published an article, Melissa Repko. So a little bit old because I wanted to do some research because I've talked about after Walmart Plus launched last fall, was curious. What are their numbers looking like? Again, from a competitive strategy standpoint, what are their numbers looking like? So this was published September 14th, 2021. And so certainly there's likely been some growth since then, but this is the most recent figure that I could find. So Walmart Plus, the title of this, Walmart Plus is gaining momentum. It's 32 million members, Deutsche Bank estimates. So the key points of this article, and I'm actually going to read quite a bit of this article, just for full context so you can understand why. Because when you look at the fitness industry, that for the most part, particularly when we talk about bricks and mortar type facilities, but yes, with the leveraging technology and the apps and those type of things going on, membership based, whether you're talking about Apple Plus, whether you're talking about, a bricks and mortar facility that's got members coming in, or a hybrid model where members can work out at home with a trainer, or group fitness classes at home, or come into a facility and do those type of things. So membership, truly in many respects, is at the heart of the traditional bricks and mortar fitness industry. So the key points of this article, like I said, there's a reason why I highlight these, because you're going to get some insights and say, like, wow, a company, of course, Walmart's not your average company, but there's still always some key lessons to be learned. This is why I share these things. So the key point, number one, Walmart Plus has hit an inflection point and is growing its membership at a faster clip, according to a new research note from Deutsche Bank. Number two, the subscription service has attracted about 32 million U.S. households, it said. Number three, the membership program, which includes perks such as free, unlimited grocery deliveries to the home, launched almost exactly a year ago. So you're talking about plus or minus a year post-launch, new service, 32 million members. So I'm going to go ahead and read this article just to provide some more flavor around this whole article, and this whole concept of Walmart, the growth of Walmart Plus. Again, not endorsing this program, not providing insight in terms for investment advice. This is just good information from a marketing standpoint. I had no plans of doing marketing this fall, but so much is happening, and there's just so many good things happening that I think that people can learn from. The article goes on to state, Walmart's membership program, Walmart Plus, is gaining momentum and attracting younger, higher income shoppers, according to a research note published Tuesday by Deutsche Bank. The subscription service, which launched almost exactly 1 year ago, has grown to an estimated 32 million US members. So we're going to go on here. About 25% of respondents said in June and July that they have Walmart Plus, Deutsche Bank said. That's up from prior months where penetration hovered around 19%. In comparison, about 57% of survey respondents said they belong to competing membership program Amazon Prime, according to the most recent survey. There is significant overlap with the programs. About 86% of current Walmart Plus subscribers have Amazon Prime, according to Deutsche Bank survey. They have similar demographics too. About 61% of Walmart Plus members earn an annual household income of more than $50,000, and 33% make $100,000 or more per year versus 63% and 28% with Prime members respectively. Walmart, the country's biggest grocer, debuted the membership program as a way to encourage customer loyalty, drive more frequent sales, and beat competitors with convenience. However, Walmart has offered few specifics about the performance of Walmart Plus and has not revealed its membership numbers. A Walmart spokesperson declined to comment on the report. The program costs $99 a year or $12.95 on a month-to-month basis. One of its key perks is free unlimited grocery deliveries to the home for orders of $35 or more. It also includes benefits such as fuel discounts and access to a scan-and-go app that allows people to skip the checkout line. Over time, Walmart has sought to sweeten the deal with new perks, such as prescription discounts. It also dropped its online shipping minimum, bringing the company in line with Amazon Prime's membership and allowing people to get a single item delivered next day or in 2 days. Skip a little bit. To do that, Walmart is converting dozens of its stores into mini warehouses with high-tech automated systems that help employees pick and pack orders. The worst thing we could do is to really aggressively market this, get a bunch of members that are disappointed because they can't get a slot, or they don't get the right in-stock level, or some other problem happens, he said. So the primary focus we have is on that quality of experience, delivery of pickup, and that net promoter score. Walmart recently hired a new executive to oversee the membership program. It tapped Chris Cracolio, a 19-year veteran of American Express who began in July. The credit card company, which charges a hefty annual fee, is known for its loyal following and members-only perks, such as early access to concert tickets. Walmart's chief customer officer, Janie Whiteside, also worked at American Express before joining the big box retailer. Deutsche Bank has I'm not going to skip that part. So talking about investment, and we're not going to discuss that. But so, here it is. Walmart, the world's largest grocer, has launched a program. So if you're Amazon Prime, you've got a very big threat now to your business. In this next article, we're going to talk specifically about the grocer segment. The grocer segment, very, very big development this week. From a competitive strategy standpoint, there are things like this that get my motor running. I mean, this just revs my engine up, made me smile. When I saw this, I said, wow, just things happen so quickly. And that's why I'm always harping on the point of knowing what is going on in the marketplace. Know what is going on in the particular markets in which you operate, because the competitive situation can change very quickly, very quickly. You can be the major player in a market. Your gym can be number one in town with the most number of members, and then a competitive comes in, and all of a sudden you're sitting there wondering what happened, reacting instead of proactively acting. You're responsively reacting now. Oh my goodness, we didn't see this coming. Now we've got 30% of our members in the last 60 days that have left for that competitor. Right? But if you're paying attention, if you're evaluating, keeping your eyes on what is going on in the market, you can see things coming, and you can take competitive steps in order to neutralize competitive threats that are already there or emerging threats. So it is so important. And you see there's Walmart from a strategy standpoint, a lot of adopting some of the key successes from and best practices from American Express in terms of their own loyalty programs for their card holders. And so one thing I noticed is not in this article, but certainly if you Google it, and so because we're talking about Black Friday, being a lot of these retailers, major retailers, are actually offering sales starting in early November, Walmart being one of them. And so Walmart is part of if you're a member of Walmart Plus, and it wasn't alluded to in this article, but you can Google it, you'll find this information as well. But if you look at the Black Friday, there's, the first week of November, they're going to have some Black Friday sales, as well as that second week of November. And so those are the early Black Friday sales. But so one of the perks of being a Walmart Plus member is you get early access to the start times in terms of when you're able to make your purchases versus a non-Walmart Plus customer. So you see early access to Black Friday deals happening, and so you can parallel that to what I just read, is that one of the perks of Amex, and what they've done is having early access to concert tickets. So early access is a theme that's emerging in this Walmart Plus program. Certainly some of the best practices that have carried over from some of their executives that have come over from American Express. And so certainly from an HR standpoint, when you have talent that shifts, and you're recruiting people perhaps from competitors or from those in other markets that certainly have experience, these are some of the best practices. These are some of the insights and things that you will be able to integrate into your own strategies, and just some best practices and some key learnings. There's always some things to be learned when you recruit from, whether it's somebody within the fitness industry, from competitors, or certainly those outside of the fitness industry that come from entities that have certain strengths in certain areas. Those individuals will be able to bring over that knowledge, that insight, that wisdom, those best practices, and integrate those, hopefully successfully integrate those into your own operations. So just recognize, regardless of what we're doing, we're working different places, we have the opportunity to learn a lot. And it's certainly not just benefit that current employee, but certainly employers down the road. That's why learning and development is certainly key. And no experience can be wasted experience. If you continue to learn, grow, and develop, and share those items and those learnings and opportunities and best practices with future employers, but obviously you don't want to get into the legality of non-compete agreements and non-disclosure agreements and things like that. You honor those certainly 100%. But if you're not in a situation where you're going to be creating legal problems by dishonoring those agreements, then certainly help future organizations learn from your background and your experience. So the last article that I want to highlight here is from CNN Business. So Moira, Moira Ritter, published this article Thursday, October 28th, so it was updated at 5:47 p.m. This one right here, from a competitive strategy standpoint. But these type of things happen in the fitness industry. Yeah, we're talking about two respective Goliaths of Amazon and Walmart, but we've got Goliaths in the fitness industry as well. And so these type of insights are highly, there's just a lot to be learned, highly insightful. The title of this article, folks, is Amazon slaps a $9.95 fee on Whole Foods deliveries, and Walmart pounces. When you're paying attention to what's going on in your market, you will be able to quickly react. So this article goes on to state, Whole Foods shoppers may have received a shock this week if they noticed a new $9.95 delivery fee on orders placed through Amazon Prime. Amazon, which acquired Whole Foods in 2017, had previously offered free 2-hour delivery for Prime members, but warned shoppers last month a new charge was coming. The fee was put in place to help cover delivery operating costs like equipment and technology without raising product prices. A Whole Foods spokesperson told CNN Business, Whole Foods delivered 3 times as many orders in 2020 as it did in 2019. The spokesperson added as the pandemic deepened customers' dependence on delivery. Although the fee is new, some Prime perks will remain, including free pickup on orders over $35 and exclusive discounts. So, the article goes on to highlight Walmart's response, which says, Walmart didn't waste any time trolling its retail rival. In an email to customers last week, Walmart announced that anyone who signed up for Walmart Plus, the retailer's version of Prime, on Monday would receive $9.95 back. Because customers deserve a grocery delivery service that won't leave a hole, and that hole is capitalized, trolling Whole Foods, that won't leave a hole in their wallet for delivery fees. Whoops, typo, the email reads. Walmart Plus offers subscribers free grocery delivery, free shipping with no order minimum, and contact-free checkout. The subscription costs $12.95 per month or $98 for the year. Amazon Prime costs $12.99 per month or $119 for the year. Next part of the article goes on to highlight retail rivalry. Walmart's snarky response is just the latest in the competition between the two mega retailers. In August, Walmart launched its own delivery service, Go Local. The service delivers goods to customers from other businesses' websites and is a part of Walmart's strategy to expand its offerings. Home Depot was the service's first partner earlier this month. Both Walmart and Amazon have also already started rolling out Black Friday deals too. Amazon began offering Black Friday worthy deals earlier this month. Walmart will introduce its Black Friday deals for days promotion for the second year in a row starting November 3rd. The promotion includes sales during every week in November. And also want to include the fact that CNN Business's Danielle Weiner-Bronner, Nathaniel Meyerson, and Jordan Valinsky contributed to this report. Although Moira Ritter she's attributed to this article. She got the main attribution. But folks, so here it is. Here it is. The sweets at the heart of competitive strategy. 2 mega retailers battling it out. Walmart was able to quickly respond, but when you think about some of the overall background of each of the companies, with Walmart being the world's largest grocer, and then to recoup a lot of its costs, because again, many entities are facing increased prices. We've got supply and demand issues. We've got bottlenecks in shipping, and those type of issues. A lot of entities are raising prices and adding fees and things like that when previously there may not have been one. So Amazon, there's with Whole Foods delivery, they have this $9.95 as I alluded to here when I read this. But then, and then when you think about this Deutsche Bank that did their research and did a survey and all of that, and they've determined that they've 32 million members now that Walmart Plus has now within the last year since launching the Walmart Plus program. So Walmart, aggressive growth. I mean, that many million members post-launch of 1 year is pretty impressive. I think we could all agree with that. And so when you think, adding a $9.95 fee, and you're competing with a mega retailer, your biggest rival, who has no fee, no order minimum, and they're the world's largest grocer. You can just see, oh my goodness. When I saw that article, from a competitive, because you got to think, one of my professional areas is competitive strategy. And so for when I see this dynamic and this Walmart, these two mega retailers clashing and having it out, this is actually something that I'm studying behind a lot, investing a lot of time studying, evaluating, following behind the scenes. I discuss it from time to time. I'll highlight some things here on these episodes, but this is a big one for me because there's just so much there. There's just so much there. And there's so many different lessons that can be learned from a competitive strategy standpoint. Regardless of if you're talking about a neighborhood grocer, or you're talking about a neighborhood gym or a privately owned gym, or you're talking about a large, Planet Fitness with more than 15 million members now. And I've highlighted those numbers in previous episodes. So there's just always lessons to be learned. All right, so how did Walmart, when you think about how did they get to that number, that membership growth, aggressive advertising, aggressive marketing of the program. We're talking about TV ads, just all of these different medium in which they evaluated marketing channels, in which they launched this program, and they've been very aggressively marketing and sampling programs. They're, part of you order something online, and they're encouraging you now to pick up the items curbside. And you see, curbside can be a big proponent of Walmart Plus, but you can get home delivery. And so folks, and you gotta realize whether you're talking about a new entity, a brand new gym that's opened up that's privately owned, or you're talking about a well-entrenched entity that has been around a long time in the fitness space in a particular market or markets, when you're launching a new product or service, it is very expensive. It requires marketing, it requires advertising. Because why? You got to get the awareness up, brand awareness up. Hey, there's a new gym in town. Hey, there's a new studio in town. Hey, there's a new fitness app. Okay, because people, you just the awareness piece, and people, in order to actually retain and sustain, and recognize that hey, there's a new gym in town, and then now I know the name of the gym. But it takes several exposures to a marketing message. There's a lot of advertising research and marketing research that proves this point that I'm making, that it takes series of time the customer has to hear or see your marketing or advertising message before it clicks to say, oh yeah, okay. And with this program, okay, you order something from Walmart.com and they ship it to your house. And I've highlighted this on previous episode, the boxes. What were the boxes highlighting? The tape that sealed up the box, Walmart Plus, join today. Okay, so even on their shipping boxes, so very aggressively advertising the program. And so that can be the challenge, certainly from a fitness standpoint, is that the advertising and the marketing, particularly for marketing-driven organizations that don't have sales staff, being very expensive. Very expensive when you're talking about an entity that's new in the market. Can be very, very expensive. But once the momentum is gained, then it can be truly an upward trajectory. As we're seeing with Walmart, as the CNBC article alluded to, they've hit an inflection point. And so I wanted to highlight that as an example, folks. There's a lot there. There's a lot there. Things such as HR, just recruiting people that may have a breadth and depth of industry experience in the fitness industry that can come over. I mean, we see this a lot. Club industry highlights that a lot. This person is leaving this, franchise executive, leadership executive role to go over to this one, or to do this or to do that. So you see a lot of that intellectual, that talent, HR, human resources, leadership, executive talent, going from one entity to the other. And so taking that knowledge, that awareness, bringing it to another entity within the fitness space. And so folks, these are a couple of examples. I wanted to highlight them. We're going to talk more specifically about, some marketing and some advertising in the fitness space. Like I said, things were quiet, and we all know this from a marketing standpoint. We're very, very quiet in the fitness space, obviously, in 2020 for obvious reasons. Gym closures, thousands of gyms closing permanently, just a very challenging time, but things are certainly here in Q4, the fourth quarter, certainly heating up from a marketing standpoint. But I love to highlight examples from outside the fitness industry. So whether you're talking about Wendy's having now a unique selling proposition against its competitors, saying, hey, we're going to address this cold, lukewarm fry issue that has dogged the fast food industry for a very long time. We're going to address it. We're going to literally put our money where our mouth is and have a guarantee that says if your fries are not hot and crispy, we'll make you some more. So guarantees can be powerful, but when you have a guarantee, just recognize, you're making a pretty bold statement, and you've got to be willing to deal with the potential financial ramifications of those guarantees, which means you got to have some crew members working in those, and this, just to stay with the Wendy's example, you got to have some crew members from an HR standpoint that are on board, that recognize the value of fresh food, all right? That aren't going to get attitudes when people say they want fresh fries or the fries are no good, all right? And so I'll be the first in the spirit of transparency. When I worked at Burger King, and a customer would come through the drive-thru 3 minutes before closing, and I want to get 5 Whoppers, and they're all made differently, and I want to get 6 large fries, and so we had to drop some fresh fries, and because again we're 3 minutes before closing, we're in the cleaning in the back and wrapping things up, and so I had to tell you the truth and say, there were times when I had an attitude. Me and my coworkers had attitudes when people would come through and they wanted some fresh fries 3 minutes before closing, but it happens. Anyone who's dined in fast food, you know how big of an issue the cold and lukewarm French fry issue is. And so from a marketing standpoint, from an advertising standpoint, from a brand management standpoint, you can see the power behind that guarantee that Wendy's now has to address the pain point that customers have had year in and year in and year in and year out. Cold fries. All right. So folks, that is all I have for you today. So you just never know what's going to happen here on Fitness Friday. We'll be talking about fitness trends, and then the next week we're talking about cold French fries. And so next week we're going to look more specifically at some examples of fitness marketing, some of the things that are going on, but I can't wait. But until then, remember, I am positively passionate about your fitness, leadership, and success.